winter fell and enter the shadow of Atlantis in chapter 25. Edgar Capricornicus had crept back into my life. We explored the Transcendentalists, Anubisanta, Theosophists, the Maharishi, Paramahansa, Yogananda, magic, telepathy, such a high time. For the first and probably only time in his life thus far, Edgar was happy. Unfortunately, Edgar would all too soon rekindle his connection with the macabre and start traipsing down the left-hand path to darkness as I sought the right-hand path toward the light. The winter of 70-71 was a tough one, but we made the best of it. One weekend in December, Edgar met a big as in tall Capricorn artist who called himself Atlantis. He was also attending SUNY Binghamton and made arrangements for all of us to meet on campus in one of his painting studios to see his stuff. I thought, with a name like that, it's got to be inspired. As an added incentive, he said he'd be happy to critique some of my art. So I picked up Edgar and we zipped over to SUNY Binghamton. We walked into the huge modern brick building and I drank in the delicious smell of paints and we found Atlantis. Suddenly I was thrown back into the dream I had the previous summer in Atlantic City. Atlantis was taller than me by an inch or two, totally dressed in black, had long black hair, shoulder-length black hair and a sharp goatee. He'd been in one of the studios working on a 5x4-foot abstract that was strong, well-crafted, but God, it made me so sad. Atlantis was pleased when he saw my face. Makes you think, doesn't it? He had others. I've researched colors and shapes that cause psychological discomfort. I dig the subconscious. Just fascinates the hell out of me. Let me see your stuff. I lost my enthusiasm. I knew where this was going. Compliantly, I opened up my portfolio and spread out my Merlin and Ivy sword, and Bilbo and Gandalf and the minstrel and the elfin spires, and Poseidon with his mouth open to swallow a sailing ship. I didn't dare look at his face and waited judgment. You're a pretty happy gaucho there, aren't you, Space? Yeah. Ah, that's cool. I expect that. You know, whatever fire you handle. By this time, Atlantis had invited us over to his place in Binghamton to hang out for a spell. I left feeling insubstantial but placated. We rapped until I started to get sentimental and reminisce about Piper College all those months ago, and the mess's catcher, my roommate, and I would get ourselves into and luckily out of. So Atlantis said, why don't you give him a call? Really? Sure, phone's right over there. Why don't you invite him over? He's in Hartford. We were in Syracuse. No, we were in Binghamton. Invite him anyway. So I went and called Catcher, hoping I'd woken him up. I hadn't. We were laughing our butts off in a party mode. I was totally unaware that Atlantis had gone off to work on a piece of art, and that Edgar, after sitting glumly for a while, had gotten up and left. I was so oblivious to the fact that I was also oblivious to the fact that there was a snowstorm wailing outside. So, how'd you like to come join the party, I asked, looking to catch Atlantis' eye. Then I lost my bearings. I discovered Atlantis wasn't there, Edgar wasn't there. I checked to see if I was there. It appeared I still was. Then Catcher said, sure. Sure what? Sure, see you in 4 hours. Where are you? I don't know. Why don't you meet us at the house in Vestal? Okay, great. See you in 4. Have a good trip. Right. I hung up. Hey, where'd everybody go? Atlantis poked his head back into the room. I'm right here. Where's Edgar? You don't know? No. He must have gone out for a walk. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I ran in and out of every room in Atlantis' apartment twice. I opened the front door. A mad fury of fat snowflakes slapped me in the face. I shouted, I didn't know it was supposed to snow tonight. You didn't know, Atlantis lad? Yeah. They're predicting a blizzard tonight. We're supposed to get at least 1.5 feet. Jesus. Catcher's going to be driving into us in just a couple hours. Why didn't you say anything? I assumed you knew. Atlantis' eyes twinkled, sardonic, amused.